Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to class today. One of the things that's not on the agenda that will happen in class is a visit from the counselors. They're coming in to share some information about the FAFSA exam and registering for college. So please check with your own counselor and find out what you missed. Today we are going to begin class for your academic notes, writing another summary paragraph. This one is written by a young lady. Her name is Marina Keegan. She attended Yale University, was in the journalism program, and she graduated, and 5 days after her graduation, she was killed in a car crash. She had actually published a couple of articles before her untimely death, and so the university went ahead and published her whole collection entitled The Opposite of Loneliness. If you click on the link here, it will take you to the article entitled Why We Care About Wells. So type up a summary paragraph on that article and bring it to class next time. For the main part of class today, we are going to begin your rhetorical analysis, which is paper number 2. In your packet of resources, you will find a rubric for paper number 2 and some suggestions for writing that paper. I want to use this slide to remind you what a rhetorical analysis is not. Please make sure you understand it's not just a summary, and it's not an opinion about the topic, and it's not a research paper. Occasionally I'll get a couple of students in every class take that angle with their paper, and they have to either redo the whole thing, which isn't fun. But remember, an analysis is focusing on what, why, and how. What is the essay's overall purpose? Why did the writer's choices throughout the essay work or not work? And how did the writer achieve his or her purpose? The things that I'm going to share with you to choose for your rhetorical analysis are all well written. So I'm assuming most of you, for the bulk of your paper, will take a what worked with the essay. So here we go. So remember, in order to write this paper well, you want to use the resources in your packet of resources for paper number 2. The first thing I would like you to do is pull out a sample essay that is a rhetorical analysis entitled Not Quite a Clean Sweep, Rhetorical Strategy in Gross Cleaning, the Final Feminist Frontier. You can see from that title that rhetorical analysis titles are extensive, they are clear, they let the reader know immediately that the essay is not a research paper or just a summary, but it is a rhetorical analysis. It becomes a part of the title. So in class, what we are doing is reading the essay and then pointing out what we notice about, first of all, the introductory paragraphs, and then the body paragraphs, and finally the conclusions. Each group, we're going to get into groups, and each group is going to come up with a couple of questions that I can help answer about this paper. So this sample rhetorical analysis is a great model for you to learn what your paper needs to look like. So for your essay, you are going to choose whether to analyze an essay or a TED Talk. So again, refer to paper number 2 and rhetorical analysis of the essay rubric to see specifically what you are supposed to do. Also, there is a handout that gives you the options of the essays or TED Talks that you can choose from. As you, after you've selected an essay to respond to, I want you to annotate extensively your choice. Some things to think about as you read. I would suggest you read your essay multiple times. The first time to get a feel for the content, and then the second time, as you go through and start analyzing the text, here are some things that you can think about that will help you pay attention to how the writer is achieving his or her purpose. Look for things that are repeated. If you'll remember from You're Not Special, David McCullough used that phrase multiple times, which ends up being the purpose of his paper. So look for repeated text. The next thing, look for text that is juxtaposed. And what that means is two opposites that are side by side in the text, and the extreme helps you understand the focus of the text. So they'll take two opposite things and put them side by side. The next thing, look for contrasting elements in the text. Look for any places in the text where the text shifts gears. Sometimes writers even use breaks in the text. So if you notice a pause in the page and extra space, that's a shift. But oftentimes shift means a new direction in the content of what is being written. And finally, think about the overall theme and purpose behind the text. So then make sure as you annotate extensively, remember you are not summarizing the text. When you think about what the writer is doing, do not use phrases like this. The writer uses good word choice. That is too general. So make sure whatever your vocabulary that you're going to use to build your rhetorical analysis, remember rhetorical vocabulary, you can refer to the list or the Juleaf model and some of those graphic organizers that I've given you. Don't use those terms don't use broad terms. Look for how the writer appeals to the audience through pathos, ethos, and logos. Mark those things up. And then if you choose to focus on an appeal or any rhetorical term, you need to make sure you spend adequate time on that part of your paper. So here is a review of ethos, logos, and pathos. I have a video clip that will review them for you. That those becomes big parts of rhetorical analysis, essay content. So that video clip should help you review as well as this slide. And then finally, the last slide that I'm not going to turn to, I'm going to update the dates when I get to school today. Those will give you a guideline for when you need to have certain parts of your essay written. So good luck with your essay today, and I hope this PowerPoint helps you navigate through the lesson. Thank you.